Welcome to Germany and the Nurburgring, in my opinion the most challenging and dangerous track in Gran Turismo 7. There's a reason they call it the Green Hell. Let's see if I can battle hell and come out victorious. Stay tuned. Welcome back, racers. You're watching MMG. This is Tom, and we're here for another round of the Gran Turismo World Series, the Manufacturers' Cup. This week we're at the Nurburgring in Germany, and it's a long race, so let's jump right in. I qualified in P6. Some of the guys in front of me put in some ridiculous qualifying times, so I'm going to have my workout cut out for me in this lap. A little worried about this corner. There's a lot of chaos usually. I was knocked out of another race at that corner, and it all went okay, except for right there. The boss was kind of already drifting sideways. There was nowhere else for me to go, so I'm really sorry about that, but I don't think that was on me. So like I was saying, we're at the Nürburgring for 5 laps. It's a pretty long race. No required pit stop, but there are 2 tire compounds that you have to use. The mediums and the soft. And as per usual, I'm starting on the mediums. I like starting with the harder compounds and finishing on the faster ones. Making my way through the Grand Prix section here, just trying to stay clean, not cause any incidents. Stay in behind Hazy in the Ferrari here. Not push too hard, take advantage if there's an opportunity. So, I don't know if you guys have raced this track, but it's long. There's 1,000 corners, and you really have to pretty much get into a flow state here to try and get all these corners to tie together and put in a good lap. So I definitely did some practicing. I was in the lobbies racing with some other people, and I think it helped a lot. I improved my speed, was able to line up the corners better, figure out better braking points. A lot of tight turns in this beginning section before we get out into some of the high speed points. Built up a little bit of a gap to P7. And here we go. We're going to start picking up the speed. I got to stay close enough to these guys because slipstream can mean a big deal when you get to the end of the lap on that long straight. Oh, it looks like he's off. Oh, man. Okay, so let's take another look at that. So he gets his tires off here, and I can't tell if he's braking or not, but he just wipes out 3 positions in the top 6. The guy in the Citroen was easily the fastest guy in qualifying. So. Anyway, I got to keep pushing because those guys are right behind me now. So down to the carousel, and I noticed that I'm getting nice and close to the guy in P2. He had a little incident in the carousel there, gets a little high-centered or something and spins himself out. So I'm right up on the back of him here, but I think better of it because it's hard enough as it is to overtake on this track. And in a lot of these places, if you try to overtake, you're not just going to ruin somebody else's race, you're probably going to ruin your own race. So anyway, into lap 1. Now we're up to P3. The Ferrari's kind of gotten away from me a little bit. Not really much happened in lap 2, except I managed to keep a gap between me and the Genesis there so that he couldn't take advantage of the slipstream on the long straight. It is a very good overtaking area if you can get into somebody's slipstream. So down to the last few corners here, I noticed the P1 is in the pits. Also P2 is going to go in the pits, and P4. And it kind of makes me feel good that they're all on soft tires. The other thing that makes me feel good is now I'm in P1 with the fastest lap. So now I'm out on lap 3 in P1, and I cannot tank myself. It's like, I saw the race flash before my eyes right there. I thought I had been to my own race. In lap 3, I managed to keep enough gap between me and the Lambo that he wasn't in the slipstream, so I managed to stay in the lead for one whole lap. Coming to the end of lap 3, and I've made my 3 laps on the mediums, so now I'm going to go in the pits. Switch over to the soft tires, take a tiny bit of fuel, and I come out in P4, which I am happy with. So as long as I don't make any mistakes like that. Oh, man. Okay, focus up here. I gotta get this going again. So I'm in P4. I'm kind of happy with this, but then I start to notice the deltas are changing and something's happening. So I start to push a little bit more, and there they are. I can see P2 now. Wasn't able to get much closer. Got it on the straight. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, and then me. So going into the last lap, I can see P1. So there is a chance. Not much happens in lap 5 until about 2/3 of the way through into this high speed section. And it's easy to go off there. I've done it lots of times, and I managed to squeeze by the Ferrari. Look at it, he just gets the tires off, and once the tires go off, I mean, that's a really good catch, but he lost all his momentum. So I managed to go through there. A little bit later on in lap 5, we're on the carousel. And I look up, and there's P2. He's obviously had an incident. Gets himself a little twisted around here on the carousel. So now I'm right on the back of P2. Not going to push past. We've been racing clean so far. There hasn't been any issues. So I'm just going to hang back. Well, not hang back. I got to push to keep up with this guy. But be patient, I guess is what I should say. Just stay on his tail. I'm definitely excited at the possibility of P2, though. So grip a little bit here. Trying to push, make up some time wherever I can. And pushing too much. Right there. Luckily for me, when I go off, our friend in the Ferrari behind goes off as well, so don't lose that position. Fast forward to the second carousel, and I just boot it completely. Go right into the wall. Luckily, I'd built up some gap, so down the straight. The Ferrari was definitely gaining on me, but I'd built up enough gap that I was able to hold them off. Coming down to the last corners. And I am psyched. I am going to finish in P3. So moving up from P6. This is a super hard race. And I am really happy with this finish. And then I notice that I jump up to P2. It wasn't until later that I found out that the guy who won actually put on 2 sets of softs. So I just want to say thanks a lot for everybody that's subscribed to the channel the last little while. Everybody who views the content, really helpful. So if you like this content, if you could hit me up with a like, and if you want to watch more, if you could hit me up with a subscribe. I'm going to put out some new videos, maybe a review on the new steering wheel that I got. But if you could hit me up with a subscribe, I'm trying to get up to 30. Be a big help. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.